what's been on my mind. Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city light. Hey, darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far.
Hey guys, it has been a while since I've actually vlogged, and I think I'm going to vlog today. If you're new here, my name is Candy. I am a mom to 5, and on my channel, I share homeschooling, homesteading, gardening, day in the life, what's for dinner, canning, grocery hauls, and as general, our life as a family of 7. I am a stay-at-home mom. I used to work in nursing and corrections, and now I stay home and homeschool our 5 kids. My husband is a truck driver who is over the road. And currently we're going through some life challenges. I was out in my yard a few weeks ago, like 20-something days ago. And I was walking towards the house with my daughter Penny. She was a little ahead of me and we were talking. And George ran past me, which is our border collie, and chasing behind him was my father-in-law's bulldog baby doll that he had given us when he passed, and we'd promised to take care of and stuff. And she was chasing George. They were just playing, but she was at a pretty full speed, and she took out my left leg. And when she did, I just did like a flip through the air. She hit me so hard. I hit my head, landed on my back on the ground. I ended up having a seizure, going unconscious. When I came to, CJ was trying to pull me off the ground. I told him stop. My back was broken. It took about a good hour to get me into the house. By the time both the shakiness in my legs from the seizure stopped, because typically when I have a seizure, I have a lot of residual tremoring after and stuff. And I also was just in so much pain, I didn't want to move. And so we got inside. I laid on the couch, on my stomach, kind of on my side, took some ibuprofen, had an ice pack on my back. And I told James, I said, I need to go to the ER. My back is broken. He kept saying, how are you sure your back's broken? Maybe, you just need to ice it. And, he and the kids kept thinking there was no way I broke my back from the dog running me over. However, this back pain I've had has been something like nothing I've ever experienced. And I ended up going to the ER. They told me my L1, I think is what they had originally told me, was broken. Then I went to see my primary doctor. He ordered more. He ordered a CT, and they came back, said my L1 and L5 were broken, and then my S1 was bulging. And they verified that my tailbone was broken because the ER said they were pretty sure it was, but the x-ray wasn't very good. So he sent me to a surgeon who I saw the other day, which I've not updated on because I have just not been vlogging very much at all. So we went to see the surgeon, and we got good news, bad news, complicated news. I don't even know where to start. So he had ordered more x-rays. Pain management, when I saw them last week, ordered physical therapy, spine injections, and a MRI. The MRI isn't until October 9th. Nobody's called me about the injections. Nobody's called me about the PT. So when I went to see this doctor, he was a little furious that I still didn't have my MRI. I told him it wasn't until October. He said he had already told them when he saw my x-rays and everything that he wanted the MRI before I came in, and for somebody to push it and make sure that I got it done. Of course, nobody did. But he said that when he saw my x-rays, he ended up having his nurse get every possible x-ray they could find of my spine from my entire life. My first x-ray of my spine was when I was 19, and I fell in the freezer at work in our meat processing plant that my family had. So he had many years worth of x-rays. I am 37. I have arthritis, so my x-rays of my spine happen pretty often. And he said I needed to have all of them so I would have, a comparison, because as soon as I saw your spine, I knew what was actually wrong with you. And I was like, okay, this seems like it's about to be more than just an injury. It kind of scared me. And he said, you have a genetic, let me see if I can even say it. It's not spondylosis, spondylolisthesis or something like that. And basically my disc slip in and out of place. They move all over the place. They can bulge and then go back when the inflammation goes down. They do not cooperate with any form of like structure in your body. And he said, I guarantee you've had back pain your entire life, like discomfort that you've learned to deal with. And I was like, yeah, like since I was like 9, 10, 11 years old, I would lay awake at night. I couldn't sleep. Once I was an adult and I realized that I didn't have anybody to tell me I had to be in bed, I got to where it's 2, 3, 4 in the morning before I go to sleep every single night. And I'm back up by 6, 7 pretty much every day, because my body knows that if I keep moving, I don't hurt. If I lay still, the next day, like if I actually lay in bed and don't move and stay in bed and just deal with the back pain and roll around and try to sleep, the next day I'm absolutely miserable. I am in less pain if I only sleep 2 or 3 hours and get back up. And I said, it's just been like that forever. If I want to be productive the next day, I can't sleep at night because my body can't handle sleep. It can't handle me stopping moving. And he said, yeah, I believe that, because he said, your spine is, if you look at every x-ray you ever had, he said, you'll see that your spine just kind of has been doing what it wants to for years. Like, there's times where I have disc compressing, I have disc bulging, I have disc slipped out of place, and it's just been like a mess. And he was like, I'm honestly concerned that nobody has ever compared your x-rays and went, what is going on with this woman? He said the good news was that meant if they can get the inflammation down from the impact of my fall and the trauma my body experienced, that my disc should do what they're supposed to do and spread back out again, because that's what they normally would do. He said, but basically, he said, my discs were in the wrong place at the wrong time, and I experienced a trauma. They slammed together when they were already not where they should have been lined up, and it ended up causing 2 breaks. Now, he said that he thought that if I do 6 to 8 weeks of spinal injections, that my disc will actually, with the lessening of inflammation, spread back out, do what they're supposed to do, and line back up. And he thought that the bulging disc would also go down too. He said that if they were able to do that, that I could avoid surgery. Obviously, that doesn't help the 2 broken discs, but he said that since I'm only 37 years old, he did not want to start operating on my spine and it leading to 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then who knows how many spinal surgeries, or what the outcome of multiple spinal surgeries could end up being for me. And he said that he thought that the best solution would be to do the spinal injections, but he does not have the MRI because he wanted it done. He specifically told them he wanted it scheduled when he had the pain management order it. he told him he wanted it scheduled before he saw me, but it didn't happen. But he said that if the MRI doesn't light up anything else that he's not seeing on the x-rays or CT, that he thinks that that's my best route of success and the safest and best solution for me with this spinal condition. So I don't have an MRI until October 9th. Today, I don't even know what today is. Let me look at see if I can hold this and look at my watch. Today's the 26th. I do not have an MRI till the 9th. That being said, I've got obviously a long, impatient wait for my MRI to find out if there's anything that he's missing. He said if there's something he's missing, he may have to do surgery. But hopefully that from the x-rays and CTs that he does currently have from the ER and pain management and stuff, and my primary doctor over the last few weeks, hopefully there's nothing he's missing, but he said he really needs an MRI. So hopefully we can fix my back with a series of injections over a few months. Hopefully it doesn't take a few months for me to feel better. I'm just exhausted and wore out all the time from the amount of pain I'm in. And it's been really hard. We had a meal train set up. And people were bringing us dinners, but that meal train has ran through. It was like a 10-day meal train or something, and obviously this has lasted more than 10 days. We had a friend who brought us some freezer meals, and actually Mika put a crock pot liner in last night. She set out the teriyaki sauce, and she put the teriyaki chicken freezer meal in the fridge last night. So this morning, before I took CJ to class, I went ahead and dumped it in the slow cooker, put the teriyaki in there, and started it, and then we left. Just because Mika has been doing so much, I just wanted to make sure there was one less thing she had to do. When I saw the doctor the other day, he gave me a injection of B12 and dexamethasone, and that really, really helped. Like yesterday, my pain level was like 60% what it's been, and I just took ibuprofen, and that was it during the day, and I felt pretty good. I was able to wipe the counters down in the kitchen. I helped Mika pull some Tupperware and stuff out of the fridge that needed to be given to the pigs, stuff that had kind of got shoved around by the kids and they missed when they were eating leftovers, and just kind of helped her with that. And then I was able to put some laundry in the washing machine, but I had to just pull stuff that was on the top of the baskets. I couldn't bend down and do any of that, but still I was able to help a little, and it felt good to finally be able to help do something. Mika has been doing a majority of breakfast, lunches, and dinners for everybody. She's been doing a majority of the cleaning. She's been doing a majority of everything. She has just kind of stepped up and went above and beyond to, for a minute I thought the cow was loose, but she's in her pen. She has really stepped like just right into a leadership role among the kids, and she's just kind of taking control of everything. She's making sure people are, doing everything they're supposed to be doing. She's asking them to do certain jobs if she needs help. But I feel bad that she's doing so much. I feel like, I don't know, I'm her mother. I should be taking care of her, not her me. But she keeps telling me, you've taken care of me my whole life through all my surgeries. It's okay, Mom. And so we've had some moments where we've both cried. But hopefully I won't be having surgery. Hopefully these injections will be the answer. He did say that because my spine is this way, that basically anytime I experience any type of trauma and my discs are slipped out of place or bulging or anything else is going on where my spine isn't behaving itself, basically, if I have another hard fall, if I get in a car accident, basically anything, I'm at risk because my spine is just not doing what it's supposed to be doing in here. So that's a little scary just knowing that in the future I could be right back in this position. So it's just been a whole lot to wrap my mind around. They also told me I needed a back brace, just not just right now, but he told me I needed to keep it after the injury, because he said if in the future I hit another pain level, or, aching or anything is going on, he said if I put this on, it's going to help a lot because of my spine being this way. The specific one they wanted me to order, they had it in office for $600, but he said I could order the exact same one, same brand off Amazon for like 70 something. So, I have a back brace. I cannot wear it and drive. It hurts really bad if I wear it and drive. Like there's hard plastic things in it that shove up into my rib cage, and it's a no. But for around the house, I wore it yesterday, and it did take a lot of the pain and pressure off my back. He said basically, my spine is just not holding up my body weight, and it's just causing more pain, and that the back brace would be the answer to a lot of my pain issues. So I'm wearing that, and I'm just trying to take it slow, take it easy, and keep it together. That's basically it. So James is back at work from his injury. If you don't normally follow us and you don't watch our videos pretty often, you might not know that James took a fall in January during an ice storm. He dislocated his hip, and he split his femur long ways all the way down. He had major surgery, had like 8 pins and rods put in his leg, and they ended up having to go back in a few months ago and remove all the hardware because it was actually ending up causing him more problems. And so he just got cleared to go back to work, and he's barely been at work, I think, not even 10 days. No, I guess I don't know. He got cleared. He was supposed to go back to work the day after I hurt. Yeah, the day after I got hurt. And he ended up putting off going for a few days to kind of help take care of me. And then he had to leave out for work. And then that job ended up just not panning out, and he ended up switching jobs because there was like several things they said that they would like reimburse and cover with that job. And then they ended up saying, basically it was a job like hauling semis and school buses and trash trucks and things from like dealerships and shops to different locations. And then once you get it dropped off, you're supposed to get an Uber and either go to the next location to pick up the next vehicle or go to a hotel. And they had told him, you pay for the Uber with your company card, you pay for your fuel with the company card, you pay for your hotel with your own money, and you send in all the receipts, proving what you used like the company card with, and then you send in your receipts for the hotel, and we'll reimburse you for the hotel. Well, the first week working there, he spent about $1,000 between hotels and eating out and things, while he was there. And he was trying to be conservative. I was getting on Google, finding him like the cheapest hotels in the areas where he was and things, but he spent a ton of money. There was one location, he got there on Friday, but he couldn't deliver it till Monday. So he had to have a hotel Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and he couldn't deliver it till Monday afternoon. And, he had to eat all of those days out and on the road, and it just, it adds up. And when they did his first paycheck, not only did they not reimburse for the hotel and such, but they also took the amounts of the fuel for moving, for like the vehicles that he had hauled places, and the cost of tolls and the cost of something else out of his paycheck. And he was like, well, I've sent in receipts for all of it. You guys received them. They told me they received them. Why are you guys taking out of my check? And they said, well, because that's what we do. And he said, no, you guys said you cover all that. That's what my paperwork says. And she said, well, we cover it with the company card, but we take it out of your total before we pay you, which is not what his paperwork said. But basically it ended up being us upside down on that job. And then he had to travel home so he needed tickets to get back home from Missouri because I couldn't drive to Missouri. And he stayed home for 2 days and went with me to some appointments. And by then he had already gotten another job offer, done his drug test during that time, got all his stuff rounded up, and left to Chicago. And he's been in Chicago for 3 days. He did all his orientation. He got his new truck yesterday. They had to fix something on it yesterday. So today he will be getting a load. He'll be headed back this way. He is going to come here, pack up his clothes and stuff. He'll have a bed in the truck. He'll have a fridge and a microwave. So he's going to pack up food and whatever else he needs here. And then he'll be on the road. I believe he will be out for 3 weeks, and then I don't know how long he'll be home and then be out 3 weeks. I think that's usually what most companies do. And I didn't ask a lot of questions because I've just been too preoccupied with pain, honestly. And just, yeah, it's just been a very rough time for me. Like, mentally really rough, trying to wrap my brain around the fact that I'm not taking care of everybody. And that's like, I don't know, that's like my objective every day. I get up and I know I'm taking care of my family and I'm doing everything I can to raise strong, healthy kids. And right now I'm doing absolutely nothing to be productive or helpful to anybody. And I feel like a huge burden. And so I've been struggling with all of that. But he will be home either tomorrow or the next day to pack up stuff to get back on the road. So we'll see him very briefly, but yeah, I'm just trying to kind of wrap my brain around everything going on and the fact that my spine is going to be a problem the rest of my life. And I'm ready to see James. I'm ready to feel better. You know, we were supposed to go through this house this fall because there's an extra house on the property that they used for storage. So we were supposed to start working on going through that. I mean, obviously it's there as long as it's there. But that was something that I knew I needed to get done, and now I can't. And then we have the greenhouse, which needs cleaned out. There's so much stuff in it, like planters, and I don't even know. And we were going to clean it out, pull off the cover, and put the new cover on it for me so that in around January, February, I could start using the greenhouse. And I don't know when or if I'm going to be able to get to that anytime soon. And it's just been really hard for me. I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to believe that God has answers, that God is going to heal me and things are going to get better. But I'm definitely struggling. Anyways, I didn't really mean for this to be this long. I was just going to give you guys a quick update. So I am going to put my back brace on and get inside and get me a cup of coffee and sit and just get ready to start school with the kids in the living room. We have not been following our typical school routine that we've had this year because I just can't sit at the table. It hurts with the broken tailbone and the broken back and the chairs. And it's just, not to mention, I've been setting up binders weekly and I really can't handle setting up 5 binders right now for everybody. And so instead we've been doing read alouds. We've been doing like the what was, who was, where was books. We're doing read alouds. We're doing a book about trees that one of my subscribers named Phyllis sent. We're doing 2 books that I got from the zoo. One is Amazing Animals Around the World. One is Africa, Amazing Africa. And then we're watching something on National Geographic or a virtual field trip every day. And we're doing our memory verses, our Bible. I feel like there's something else and I'm spacing it. But, you know, we're making it work for now. Everybody's still learning. We're just doing it as a group and we're winging it every day. And if I have appointments and things, it depends on how I feel when I get home, if we do school that day or we take a rest day and just watch movies. But we're getting by. That's all I know. Mika said she would help me set up binders if I thought that next week we could do binder work every day. So I may take her up on that, but I'm just trying not to overwork her. Anyways, I'm going to get off here and get inside, but I just kind of wanted to give you guys a life update really quick. Typically, when we do read alouds, if we finish the book and there was a movie made of the book, we watch the movie after the book, and that way the kids can compare the two and kind of see how different movies and books tend to be, and they always tell us, you know, whether or not they like the book better or the movie better, and it's always been the book. So today we're watching the Bridge to Terabithia movie because we just finished the book the other day, and Maddie was very little last time we did Bridge to Terabithia, so she cried through a lot of the book, but she empathized very much with the little sister and things, and then just watching the movie was a whole experience for her. But after finishing the movie, we did a little bit of schoolwork to finish up our day. All that I am.
All that I am, I hold to my mother. I save you all my six sets of life. To move, intellectual, and physical education I received from home. George Washington.
Woo.
Was that correct?
That was correct. Good job. Give me 5.
She says it so quick.
Can you hit my hand that time? There we go.
I don't mind being gone on adventures for a while. No.
Our friend Micah had made us some freezer meals, and this was one of them. It was the teriyaki chicken. It has pineapples and carrots and I think onions in it. And CJ made rice to go with it, and then he also opened up some pineapple, and that's dinner tonight.
This is where my heart is, oh, you know it's true. No matter where I go, I'm coming home.
Our friend Leslie could not keep her bunny anymore, and so she brought it to Mika to keep. Its name is Choofy, and as you can see, Mika's pretty obsessed. He is a mini lop, and she is going to keep him in their bedroom. If you guys have watched for a while, you know that Penny has a Flemish Giant in their bedroom as well, and now Mika has her mini lop in there. A lot of people don't know that rabbits can be actually litter box trained, and they're very, very smart animals, and they just take a little bit of work, just like a cat or a dog, and they're actually very great pets. Thank you for coming along today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment if you want to chat, and I'll see you next time with another new video. Bye.